Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first session of the Edward Jones Chatting Cage for 2016. Leading off for the season, it is an all-star, Gold Glover, man who dives in the stands with reckless abandon, Nolan Arenado of the Colorado Rockies. Nolan, thanks for being with us. And as we talk to you here in spring training, I would like to know, what is it you look forward to in spring? What is it you hope to accomplish here in spring training as you get set for the big season?
I just focus on trying to get ready for April 4th. That's my goal. Obviously, you love to have success and, hit the ball hard, and those are my goals too, is to hit the ball hard and have good at-bats here. But, the main focus is coming out of this healthy and being ready for April 4th.
All right, and away we go. Just like that, the 2016 Edward Jones Chatting Cage season is underway, leading off the tremendous all-star Nolan Arenado. I'm going to go to Twitter while fans get their webcams fired up. Remember, push that button, get in line, join us right here in the show. It's not just me and Nolan. You're a big part of it, and that's what we want to do. And if you can't get to that, Twitter, hashtag Chatting Cage. I'll pull it up. I'll read it. He'll answer it. That's how the show works. It goes like this. I'm going to go to Twitter now. Joey_1975 would like to know, what was the best part about being an all-star?
Yeah, there's so many different things. Just being called to do it was awesome, but being around those guys, there's some special ball players there, and obviously the best of the best were there, and to be a part of that group there was just so much fun, and guys you look up to, and to be on the same field with them and be equal with them at one point it's a pretty cool feeling.
Absolutely electric and well-deserved as well. We know that. This is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. That's Nolan Arenado of the Rockies. I'm JB. I'm going to Twitter right now. Hey, I don't make the names up. This is how Twitter works. I just have to read them. Dirty Monkey 19 wants to know, Nolan, who do you consider the top third baseman in Major League Baseball right now? And I will say, other than yourself, who are the top third basemen?
There's a lot of great ones. I'd probably go with Adrian Beltre is one of them. Manny Machado is a great player. Adrian Beltre is one of my favorites. So those two are some great third basemen. Chris Bryant, all those guys are great. Matt Carpenter. There's some great ball players at third base, but I don't know. There's so many. I can't name just two. There's a lot of them.
That'll work, though. I think you do top three. Do Beltre twice, and then Manny Machado. And you were kind enough to leave yourself out of the list. That's gracious, as we know.
Yeah.
That's the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. That's how it works, folks. Join us here in the show. Ask your questions. Get to talk to Nolan directly. Get FaceTime with your favorite players, like this fan right here. Hey, fan, how you doing? What's your name? Where you from? What's your question for Nolan?
Good morning, Nolan. My name's Danny. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and although I am a Cardinals fan and a fan of Matt Carpenter, I'm a huge fan of your defense. But what I'd really like to know is what it's like playing for Walt Weiss.
Well, it's great. I love playing for Walt. He's a player's coach. He understands the grind. He's played the game for a long time, and it's nice to have someone in charge that knows how hard it is, and he understands the good side and the bad side of the game, and he's great. He's very he listens well, and that's something I've learned with him. Is that if I share my feelings with him, he's very caring and and he likes to listen to what I have to say, and that means a lot. And like I said, he's a player's coach, and he understands how hard this game is.
Great question, great answer there from Nolan Arenado, third baseman of the Colorado Rockies, as the Edward Jones Chatting Cage continues. First one, 2016, and everybody's been on base already. That's how the season's going to go, and I love that. I go back to Twitter now while fans, you get your webcams fired up. This is from Ryan Parker, also known as baseball_whiz2. Nolan, if you had one teammate that you would consider has been the best to you, which teammate would that be?
Man, there's a list of Todd, Cargo, Tulo. There's a bunch of them. Danny, Descasso. Those guys have all been great to me. Tulo, he's been a big brother to me. I've been around him for a long time, or I was around him for a long time, and he helped me out when I was in the minors also. So, Tulo was probably a big part of helping me and helped me get better, and so I would have to go with him.
All right, there you go, Ryan. There's your answer to your Twitter question. Hashtag Chatting Cage, folks, just like that, and I'll do my best to read them with the proper inflection so we understand what the question is. We also have an EDJ question of the day. Let's get to that. Your younger brother, Nolan, is currently in the Giants system after being drafted in 2013. What advice have you given him as he tries to work his way up to the majors?
Yeah, I mean, there's different things. Obviously, I've tried to just help him with, because the minor leagues, it's tough. It's tough down there, and it's tough up here also. So I just try to tell him to be confident, enjoy what he's doing, and try to clear those bad games as quick as you can, because you don't want them to last as long. But I just tell him to be confident and trust your skills and work hard. He's worked hard, and that's a great thing. And then another one would be, if he gets called up, don't hit the third base when we play Colorado. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
I like that. Is he a right-handed batter?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, he is.
All right. You tell him, don't pull it. Don't pull it.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
That's great. This is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. We continue our conversation with Nolan Arenado of the Rockies. Folks, get fired up. Join us like this fan here. What's your name, where you're from? What is your question for Nolan?
All right. Hey, Nolan. My name is John from Aurora. And I have a question for you. What is your favorite baseball or even your favorite sports movie?
Oh, that's a good question. Actually, I saw Remember the Titans a couple days ago for the first time in a long time, and that movie's unbelievable. I'm gonna go with Bull Durham. It's probably my favorite sports movie. I think it's hilarious, and it's just a great movie. It kind of explains the minor leagues pretty well, and it's pretty funny, and I love it.
Bull Durham is a great one. I like to ask this one as a follow-up to Bull Durham. Which of those two guys, not the actors, but which of those two characters would you rather watch a game with? Crash or
Oh, wow. Crash. I feel like I would learn a lot from Crash. He seems pretty in tune with the game, and I think he would teach me some things.
That seems to be the way it goes. Some guys want to go with the pitcher for the fun of it, but most people want to get better at baseball. They want to hang out with Crash. The guy knows everything.
Yeah.
All right. We go back to Twitter, folks, while you get your webcams fired up, and you join us here in the Edward Jones Chatting Cage with Nolan Arenado. I will go back to, I like this one, sort of an open-ended question a little bit. Redline_Jim wants to know, Nolan, what are 3 reasons to be optimistic about the Rockies this season?
Yeah, I mean, we're young. We got some different talented players that I don't think a lot of people have seen yet. We got a lot of our pitching back, and I think that's a huge key. I mean, obviously, pitching and defense, as we've seen in the past, can wins championships. And I think we got a lot of our pitching back, and they're healthy. And our offense is good also. I mean, we got some pieces that could be pretty good. Obviously, the pitching has to fall into place, but like I said, we got some new arms, we got some healthy arms, and I feel like we always can hit the ball well. We got a good offensive team, so I think it's gonna be some good baseball this year.
That's awesome. And there you have it, folks. Redline Jim, just like that. Young, talented, the pitching is back, and the offense has got pop. I mean, that does sound like a great reason to be optimistic for those Colorado Rockies. That's how it works, folks. This is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. I'm JB. That's Nolan. You can use hashtag Chatting Cage on Twitter, and I'll grab it and read it. Or you can get your webcam fired up, push that button, get in line, get some FaceTime with Nolan, and get me out of the way, which is also kind of helpful for everybody. I go back to Twitter now, and we talked a little bit about spring training, Nolan, and this is a question from Liam Light. Do you have any statistical goals for the season? Like, do you approach the season, I guess, with sort of numbers in mind or statistics you'd like to get to?
Obviously, I think a lot of people could say 300 and whatever homers and RBIs, but honestly, I never do. The last couple of years or 3 years, I haven't really gone into the year thinking about statistic numbers. I'm just thinking about staying healthy and being as consistent as I can and being on the field for as many games as I can. Obviously the goal is 162. It's not an easy thing to do, as we've seen, and that would be my goal. But I believe if I'm on the field, I think the numbers will be there in the end. But just focus on hitting the ball hard and just doing my thing.
Doing your thing. That is awesome. And that's great. It's a really good answer because I guess that's a great number. You have one number in mind, that's 162, which is maybe in this era one of the most ambitious things because that's a tough grind, that full year.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not easy. A couple guys did it. I think one guy did it last year. I think it was Machado, and there's a couple, Prince Fielder and guys have done it in the past, and that's something I would love to accomplish.
All right, this is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. I'm JB, queuing up some questions from Twitter. That's Nolan Arenado, third baseman, Gold Glover, all-star for the Colorado Rockies, taking your questions. Join us like this fan and get your questions in. What's your name, where you're from? What's your question for Nolan?
Hey, Nolan, this is Doug from Colorado Springs, and I was just wondering, of all the traveling you do, all the different cities you've been to, what's your favorite road city to be in and why?
My favorite road city? I'd probably go with I like going to Miami. Miami's a great place. I got a lot of family there. But I go with San Francisco. I love San Francisco. I love that atmosphere. I love just going there. I love being out there. I love the atmosphere when we play on the road. The fans are crazy, and it's always packed house when we come there. So I love going to San Francisco.
San Francisco is an amazing place to play, a beautiful city, and it is one of the more fan bases. You're right. You summed it up well. They're crazy. They'll go for it.
Yeah, they're awesome.
We go back to Twitter while we see if other fans want to join us here in the cage for some FaceTime with Nolan. Let's go back to Rock's Event 40. I like this one. You have a lot to be proud of in your career, Nolan. What were you most proud of? 40 homer season or third straight Gold Glove?
I mean, it's hard to choose between those two. You know, it was just a special year last year. You know, obviously 40 homers was a lot of fun, but being able to be consistent on defense is also great too. You know, that's what I want to be. I want to be consistent as much as I can in this game and every parts of my game. On the offensive side, I want to be more consistent. You know, obviously I don't know if I'll hit more homers, but you know, it's more consistent at bats and. But it's nice to be on defense, you know, be consistently helping my pitchers out because that's something that I really take pride in.
And it's fun to watch, too, man. You're electric on both sides of the game, which is really great for fans and for young players to get an idea to how to play. Nolan Arenado of the Rockies, I'm JB. Fans join us right here in the cage, like this fan right here. There you go. What's your name, young man? Where are you from? What is your question for Nolan?
My name's Will, and I'm from Oregon. If you had to switch to any team in the pros, what would it be?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to answer that question. But if I had to switch, you know, obviously I love being home, so a California team would be cool. But I'm not very sure. I love Colorado, so I'll say the Rockies again.
Will, this is the fun of the fan in the chatting cage. Put him on the spot, man. Well done, young man. I think, Nolan, you answered that exactly correctly. Hometown would be California, which is several franchises, but Colorado's a great place to play.
There you go.
All right, well, I got to say, I know you got a lot of work to do because you work hard every day in spring training, get ready for the season. You feel good? I know you had the cage session this morning. Now this cage, have both gone pretty well for you?
Yeah, they've gone pretty good. I wish my batting cage went just as good as this did.
All right, well, I'm sure you're going to have a great season. I want to thank you for leading us off in the 2016 Chatting Cage season. Everybody, we say goodbye to Nolan. I say goodbye to you, and we'll see you on the next session of the Edward Jones Chatting Cage.